Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you. In this program, I'll show you how to run the IMPC annotation pipeline. IMPC stands for International Mouse Phenotyping Consortium, and we have a website which is www.mousephenotype.org. For the sake of this program, you need to have access to the public GitHub repository of IMPC annotation pipeline, which is github/mpi2/IMPC stats pipeline /3 masters IMPC annotation pipeline. I will paste the URL to the description of this video. Okay. You need to have access to this page, plus you need to have a terminal installed on your machine. The first step is to access the IMPC cluster computing LSF. So we use the Yoda cluster in the IMPC. Okay. So the first step is to direct to the IMPC annotation directory, which is different for any data release, but it normally in this place. So it's in IMPC stats pipeline, IMPC directory, IMPC activation directory 12, SP, and jobs, and Postgres is called. If I cd this directory, you see some of the files that are on the GitHub repository. So the first and the most important step is to update the R packages that are required for the annotation pipeline. The R packages are here, update packages from GitHub. So I normally use the raw one and copy the URL and go back to my terminal and just run R and source, paste that URL and wait for all packages to get installed and updated. It should be normally quick. If you get any error at this stage, you should install all the dependencies for any packages, which is quite a long time, but we have a script for it, which I put the URL in the description of this video. Okay. Be done in a few seconds. Okay, it's done now. So I quit R and clear my terminal, and okay. Now we need to have the files from the GitHub repository here. Okay, let's see, we have category, map, MP chooser, and what else we need here? Okay, we need loader.r. Loader.r is the runner, the driver of the driver script of the annotation pipeline. So I just need to double get it here. Double get this one here, and you see that now we have it here. Okay, the next step is to break the index file that we have for any data release and break it into small pieces that we could parallelize the job based on IMPC LSF cluster. So where the index file is, if I dir here, if I come back, we have normally in the results directory we have an if I find it cd single indices. Okay, so we have the index file which is here. I just cp dr12w index and copy that to the directory that we used to work. So it is in I guess it's here now, one more. Okay, it's here. I cp that. Okay, I'll come back to that directory now. Okay. Now I need to unzip it. Unzip dr12. So obviously we don't need to do this one for any execution of the annotation pipeline. So I do it from scratch for you, but you can continue using these files that we already created. Okay, I removed the zip file that we had because we don't need that. We just have now a now we have a file here which is a text file, which is quite a giant file. It's a 1.4 gigabyte file. Now in the next step we break this file into small pieces. To do that one, I have the command stored on the GitHub repository which we can use. It is useful commands. If you go here, you see that there is a little command here that breaks the files based on every 8,500 lines. So what I do is that I copy that here. Obviously it doesn't work if I run it because the index file needs to be corrected. So this file should be dr. Okay. Now this command splits the index file, this dr12w in the indices.txt into 8,000 based on by 8,500 lines, and this is the base name for the outputs. So let's see how it works. So I normally keep the number of files quite small because it puts a lot of pressure on LSF cluster, and we have limited connections to the server. So let's see how many of these files now we have. So dir -1 split and word count /n. So we have around 715, which is okay. Okay, the next step is to make the LSF jobs for these splitted files. So to do that is easy again. We run R and we run the command here. I have it already. And what this command does is to create LSF jobs for each of the files that we already created. So it's like this. So okay, so I quit R now. Clear my screen to show you what we have here. As you see, we have a lot of these split underscore index underscore two letters. Okay, up to now, what we have done, we have copied the files that we require to run the annotation pipeline to this place or any place that you like. We have broken the index file into small um, pieces, in this case 715 pieces. We have created a job, which is, I show you, it's called job.bch. So I just nano that jobs.bch, and you see there should be 715 um, lines of job in these file, and each job has located to let me just soft wrap it. So rapid see the lines. Okay, so it's pointed to the R script loader.r, which we already have downloaded from the GitHub repository, and we have the split files here. So that means we are quite ready. But this is not the end. So to run the annotation pipeline, we need to make a little bit of modification to the loader. Nano loader.r. Okay, this is the driver. We don't need to touch anything basically except the DB connections. So it is in this line you see the host is this one, and DB name. This is basically the table name, and I normally put dates in it. Today is 05/10/2020, and I put a time in it. Time is 15:52. Okay, so this is the only modification you'd require to do in this file. And if you need to change the password and other things, open this file in R, and there are other parameters to this function. So if there's a password, there is a host that is already here, there's a DB name, there's a table name, there's a port name, and you can set all of them. But in the current example that we are running together, we don't need to change any of those parameters. We just need to set the DB name, the table name. So I save this file with yes, and clear my terminal, and just need to set the permission and run that job. What was the name of that job? Yeah, and I need to just let me just check the directory structure. So there should be, yeah, it automatically creates an error directory, a log directory, and an output directory. So I just need to run the command, and the rest of it is just like monitoring the commands and checking to see if there is any error in the outputs or things like that. And I guess we are done now. Okay, let me see. Yeah, I covered everything. Just don't forget, every time we should run the update packages. This is the most important part of the job, as we continuously work on the annotation pipeline. Like, we continuously fix the bugs. So we have to run this one always before doing anything for the annotation pipeline. Okay, so coming back to my jobs, if I see a bjobs -r word counts -l, you see that the number of jobs are increasing. So normally annotation pipeline takes some hours, and it should be okay. Alright, thank you very much for your time, and hope that you enjoyed that. Please share your questions in the description of this video with me. Thank you very much. Bye.